There, we're in. Let me make sure that we're sounding okay.
We're just saying, are we okay, I'm just talking to, okay, great, cool.
Yes. So, yep, so we're live. So do you want to introduce yourself? Do you want to tell some stuff about yourself?
Sure. So my name is Afiya Cave, otherwise known as Ayodele Damali. I am a multi-talented harpist, artist, horseback rider in training and assistant. I also manage I also manage the ranch and deal with horse behavior, animal care, and other things of the like. I'm also the manager of a Black-owned business called OU Botanical Garden, where you sell like fresh produce and good things like gemstones and incense and everything. So I'm really knowledgeable on like food and like wellness products. And then I feel like I'm pretty much I go to Georgia State University. I go to Georgia State University. I'm in environmental science. I'm trying to get my bachelor's in environmental science.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to deal with horses for the rest of my life. So.
Oh my god.
I'm a singer too. I have a single that I released a few months ago. So, yeah. Period. Okay.
Exciting! Oh my gosh. Maybe we'll like put a little like snippet in here so you guys check that out. That'd be real cool.
Yes.
Yay. Okay. Dang, you're so talented. Oh my freaking goodness. That's amazing.
Oh my gosh, thank you too. We both just beautiful, talented entities. Like
literally. Oh my gosh. It's so amazing. Oh, that's really cool that you want to like work with horses the rest of your life. I didn't know that about you. Well, I knew that you love horses, but I didn't know that that's something that you love so much that you want to do it forever.
Yeah, for after my bachelor's, I'm probably going to get my master's in animal science with the concentration of equine care and behavior. So equine meaning horse. So I've like dealt with like horses that have had traumatic experiences and stuff like that, like fires or have suffered with abuse, and horses that have just had like a really, a cool life. But I've been working with one particular horse in barrel racing, so we should be entering competition soon.
Wait, in what now?
Barrel racing. It's like a type of competition. You basically like are racing around the barrels in a full gallop. And you can't like knock down the barrels, but it's like a pattern that you have to do. And there's a lot of things involved, like different cues, and you have to pay really close attention to your horse, and you and your horse kind of got to work in tandem. But yeah, so I'll be doing a lot of those competitions soon as well.
Wow, that is so cool. Like, I want to like know what that looks like, because I don't have like any mental picture like when you tell me about it. That sounds really cool.
I'll send you a video.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I would like that's really cool. I would like to see that a lot, because like I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there like anything that you want to talk about right now?
Sure. Like, let me think. I thought you had some. It's okay. Let me see. Okay. Well, let's talk about like, what's your definition of love?
Okay. Good question. Always with the good questions. Okay. Shit, that's beautiful. I mean, do you want to go first since you brought it up?
Nope, you can go first.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. I mean, dang, like, what is my definition of love? I mean, I think that, like, I always go back to, honestly, like Queen Yen, like, the definition that I learned from her that she shared was, like, the acceptance and allowance of all things to be as they are. And I like that one because, like, it kind of takes it away from, like what we think about in society as love, which is like, oh, like, my partner, like, oh my god, like, oh, my partner, like, it's not even about that. It's about like life in general, and how you can just like, let life be what life is and accept it and love it, and then love everything and everyone. So I think that's what I think love is. What about you?
I feel like everybody has their own definitions of love. So like for me, like I have not. There's a difference between loving someone and being in love. Today, for some reason, I woke up and wanted to like say I love you to the people I truly loved, and which is weird because I don't typically verbalize it. I show it through like actions because my love language is like what's it called, actions, like I forgot, acts of service and stuff. Yeah, so I don't typically talk and verbalize it, but today I woke up and I was like, I want to tell some people I love them. Aww. Because in my heart, and I think before I did it, like I just did it really quick because sometimes before I say it, I can sometimes get in my head about it, like, oh, like what if they're busy, or what if like they may think I want something. He
was like, why are you telling me I love you? I get you.
I definitely said that to my aunt like on the like 45 minutes ago, or that was one of the people that I called to say it to, or talk to say it to. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh, you okay? I was like, yeah. She was like, no, usually. I'm like, I was just trying to make sure you ain't on something.
Oh my gosh. That's really funny.
I just wanted to say it because I heard. But yeah, I just feel like I have a different kind of love for each individual person. Mm. And then you have like loving somebody, and then you have in love. And I don't think I've truly been in love before. I've definitely said that I was in love with somebody, but I don't really remember what that felt like. I think even that concept of love changes throughout your life. So whatever I felt then, I probably could have been in love. Mm-hmm. But where I am now, that's not I don't think if I was to experience the same situation, I would not have said, I wouldn't say that I was in love. But
that's really interesting.
Yeah, but I always respect that person that did say it. I always respect that version of me that was like, I was in love and that's what I said. So I was like, that's how I felt. Then I guess that is what it is. But older people a lot of times like to downplay it, like you don't really know what love is and
y'all don't know no better than us, really. But like, okay. I get what you're saying.
Exactly. So yeah, like everyone has different definitions, and everybody has different perceptions of it. So it's like you can't really tell me if I'm like experiencing that or not, because everyone has their own viewpoint.
That's cool how you say like you love everyone like in different ways, and that like like you have different love for everyone because everyone is different. So it's like that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
I think like for me, like something that I was just thinking about is like I was thinking about how like someone that I'm loving right now, that I feel in love with, that like I think that it's kind of it comes strange for me because it's very much like it's not the type of love thing where you're like so enamored with someone that you're like you're like falling, like you feel like everything they do is like it just hits your heart. Well, and it is like that. Everything they do, it does hit my heart, but it's more of like a feeling of like we're not like I don't feel like I'm like falling, I feel like I'm just myself, and that I'm just enjoying this person as well, and that I just have deep feelings for them. And I think that is really, I don't know, that's how I've experienced love, like in my past relationships and stuff too. I think that it just feels a little different because it doesn't feel so much like when you first meet someone, and then like the first time it's like honeymoon phase, and you're like, oh my gosh, like they're so great, and then like maybe over time you're like, they're not so great, but I still like them, but they're not that amazing as I thought they were in the beginning. I feel like with this, like, I never had really any like expectations, so I never really got to build up that type of like mindset, you know, of like there's some person that they're not, because I've just always seen them as they are. So like I feel like that just makes everything so much better, because I just appreciate like everything about them just for how they are. With but it's not really any different from the other times I experienced love. It's just a different person, honestly. I guess that's all I'm really coming to.
Yeah, no, I think, okay, because when I'm like in love with somebody, I'm real mushy gushy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it, I'll do, you know what I mean? What's your love language? Like, let me know your love language. Like, let me understand you. I'm very attentive. I'm very observant. I'm a Pisces, so very romantic, very caring.
We're so sexy. Stop.
Right. We're so, you know what I mean? So I think a lot of like our actions and just how we are is so ethereal, and it's the way we love is so unique. For me, where I am right now, like liking someone simply, like you already know, liking someone, no, it made me feel like I'm falling.
Oh my god.
You feel like I'm falling. I feel like I'm falling, and I ain't got no bottom. And I'd like a bottom. I'd like a little secure, you know. So, but that's the whole thing. Like, I'm trying to control, like, even in the past when I have, like, somebody, I would try to, like, control it. Like, I would try to, like, stop my feelings. So I try to, like, manage it in a way. And it's like, Afiya, just feel. Like, just feel, flow with it. Try. And now I'm focusing on, because before I didn't really have boundaries. Now my boundaries are, I'm real on top of my boundaries, because a lot of times if I like somebody, I could kind of ignore myself. Okay. That's what I do. I've noticed in relationships, I'll just kind of like be like, what do you like? What do you know what I mean?
No,
like,
I understand.
Yeah, like I won't really sit back and be like, let me get some time. Like, they're always on my brain. And I think with me, I'm learning to kind of detach a little bit within love, like not having as much expectations, not carrying their feelings. You can be sympathetic towards them, you can have empathy towards them, but I'm trying to remove like the care out of it, because a lot of people care about something or someone, you can be prone to carrying their weights, and I'm too busy trying to be light. So I think even with like new coming experiences and everything and future endeavors I go through, I'm going to just focus on, remaining centered in myself, not get caught up in whatever they got going on, and, just flow with it. Feel what I feel. Don't stop it, because obviously me stopping it ain't going to do nothing.
Basically.
That ain't really going to do nothing. So feel what you feel and flow with it, and don't feel, I look at challenges as like growing points at this point. So all it is to grow and flourish.
That's like beautiful. I'm gonna stop us right quick. Okay, so you said you could talk about self-love.
I can talk all day about self-love. I think because before, I feel like I'm in college now. So in high school, I say pre-2022, I didn't really live for myself. Like, a lot of what I was living for was for others or for other people's benefit. And so I don't really feel like I really knew what self-love was until like recently, like around the time I went to college. I'm still exploring different avenues of my self-love, but now I can confidently say I do love myself. And I think with that self-love, it's confidence in self. Like, it's confidence in who you are. Like, now I know better on who I am without, other people's views getting in the way, other people's voices getting in the way. Like, I feel like I'm at least foundationally sure.
Yeah, okay.
On who I am as a person, so.
That's beautiful and super deep. And, like, just as someone on the I think it's so interesting because, like when we, like, like on the outside, like people look at us as, you know, how we I think in my mind, I think people look at us as, you know, how we are, like most of the majority, how we are the majority of the time, like just who we are, how we are. And then like inside there's always so much going on, and we know ourselves better than anyone else, so we know the feelings that, you know, come up for us. I just think that's like really interesting. Yeah, because like just looking on the outside, you know, I just look at, I mean every time I look at you, every time I think about you, I just think of like a really confident fucking person. So it's, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I've definitely gotten that. I've definitely have a few friends that have felt like that. Like they would call me, they were like, I just needed a little pep talk because I forgot who I was. I'm like, well, let me remind you who you are. You know, it's all good. Like, but yeah, like it's important to, I feel like how I got to that stage was like paying attention to me. My feelings are valid. You know, a lot of times with like me, or a lot of times with women in general, like if we're crying, a lot of times if we're too emotional, then they'll say it's too much. Like it's too, you know, if you're crying, if you're, you know, if you're like really embodying the feelings that you're having and everything, you know, a lot of times it could be interpreted as you're doing too much, or you're over emotional. And I feel like just how like the moon kind of goes in phases. You know, the moon is not always whole. We're gonna have times where we're freaking sad and depressed and everything. We're like so happy, and it would just be what it is. But that's nature. That's natural. Like as the moon comes in phases, the tides come in phases, and everything like that. Our cycles. That's why it's called a cycle. You know, because I know other people say period, but I say cycle because it's literally a cycle. It all comes in phases, and that's all gonna have you know, an impact on our health, on our well-being, on our mind. And yeah, I feel like there's never like too much to feel how you feel, you know, and express it. Like, you know, don't be afraid to express it or anything. Because today I don't usually express it, but today something just said, Spirit said, yo, Fia, just tell them, like verbally say that.
Wow.
And so I, you know what? Okay, cool. Because in my head, I was like, maybe I'm doing too much. But I'm like, Afia, you feel it. You want to say it. Don't assume that you're doing too much. Because at that point, you're discrediting the other person. You're assuming they're going to react this way and react that way. And, you know, that's not really impacting the other person positively, because you're already making these assumptions, and they could really be wanting to hear that today.
That's so true.
Yeah, like feel how you feel, like feel those waves, feel the tides, and just flow with it. Because the journey of it be a lot sometimes, but it be fun. Like my head, I'm a dreamer. I consistently zone out. Look, because if you would look up Pisces, they be saying that we be zoning out a lot. I be going in other dimensions in the daytime and the all right. It's a lot. It's a lot. Adventure. My mind is an adventure. I experience something new. I'll be like, that's different. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put that in my pocket. I'm not gonna get, upset about how I'm feeling, or I'm not gonna feel like I'm doing. I'm just gonna now I sit back, I look at it. Okay. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's see what we can do with this new feeling, And it's important to just own that. Like you're beautiful. Like everyone is beautiful, no matter, what it is. And everybody has their own way of looking at things, and everyone has their own definition of beauty, and everyone lives a different reality. So it's just important that you are sure of your reality and who you are, what you want your future to be, or your energy,
Exactly. Yeah. I think that like for me it's been a lot of like I've been thinking very heavily about like the fact that everyone has their own reality, and that like when I came to school like in New York, I was around a lot of like white people, and I was in space where I just didn't really think that I was beautiful. And it wasn't because I'm not beautiful, like obviously. um but it was more of that I just thought that like I just wasn't really like I just wasn't really getting affirmed because like no one was really I was feeling like a fucking alien because I really did look like one at that point just in the space I was in. I was on a podcast earlier. I was saying that I have classes where like I'm the only like black person in the class, and maybe there's like one like Indian like person there as well, but like pretty much I'm the only me like just of like like my community in the space. So it just feels really weird at times, but it's like and then at the same time like like creating your own reality, like remembering that like you don't shift yourself to like match what's around you. Like you are the energy, you are the vibe. So just be that and express that and live in that and create your own shit, and then you're good. And everything I have is good. That's just a daily practice that I do, is remind myself like everything I have is good. Like everything that I am is good, everything that I experience is good. And then I really shift from looking at myself in the eyes of like the people around me to the eyes of like myself and God, and like how do I see myself, how does God see me, and how does like life see me, and in that way I always feel beautiful because I'm always looking at myself from a higher perspective. And then I am like, oh wow, like I'm so great, I can do anything, I have everything I need, and like I'm okay. And then from there I just feel great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you go through life and everything, it's just important to like feel life. Like even today, I woke up. There could be certain things because I know there's going to be challenges. There's going to be tests to test your self confidence, and there's going to be there's going to be risks that come with that and everything. But like in terms of your health and how you view the world and how your relationships with people. But even through those challenges, I have to kind of like sit with myself and be like, girl. And it's good to go in the mirror and like talk to yourself. But
When you just say girl to yourself so strongly.
Yeah, like I'll be like, girl, like, what did you forget who you are? Like, and I think a big thing about it too is like, because I didn't grow up with a specific religion. I didn't grow up Christian. I didn't grow up. I did grow up in a very Rastafarian community, so around a lot of Rastas and everything, and Caribbean culture, as well as Southern culture, as well. But I never really had like my parents never like pushed religion on me. When I grew up, I was in that community, so I did learn about libations. I did practice certain like ancestral customs and traditions and rituals and stuff like that. But I didn't really have anything specific. So a lot of times in class, like people be like, oh, so you're not like, they'll just assume you're a Christian. They'll talk about like Jesus and a lot of things like that. And I just kind of like listen. I'm like, oh, this is like a story. This is like
you're like figuring it out. You're like figuring it out on the go.
Like I'm a person that I'm not gonna like because while other people would kind of at least especially during that time would force their views onto me or kind of like try to see in a different way, I'm kind of like open. If you are Muslim, if you're this, like let me like what's the story? Like, oh, water, I'm walking on water. Like I'm in like I remember in high school, like one of my friends was telling me basically how it went or something. Like I was like, oh, period. Okay,
that's really funny.
Yeah. I was like, okay, we're walking on water now. That's magic. That's the difference.
That's really funny.
But yeah, like I'm so open. I'm open to hearing different different views of religion. Like even in Christianity, everybody has a different view. Everybody has a different understanding of the Bible. And for me, I think for a long time, because I didn't have one, it's like when things got tough, who do you call on? Like I didn't call on Jesus or anything because that wasn't really my religion or anything. I didn't call on Allah because that wasn't I don't really know nothing about Allah. You know what I mean?
I don't know who the frick Allah is. No, just like that's so funny.
A lot of times that I would just say like creator and everything like that, but like on the times where it got really, really hard, like I felt really like alone, you know, and I didn't want to talk to anyone because I didn't want to bother them. I didn't, because I felt like, you know, me talking to other people was me burdening them about the situation I was in. So a lot of what I went through was by myself. And, but like now that I'm older, it's like, I do believe in something. I don't think I really believed in anything before, but I did believe in myself. I'll say that. I did believe in myself. I would strongly believed in myself.
That's beautiful.
But now but now it's tweaked because like I believed in myself. The way I believed in myself is I believed in myself to persevere through certain things. Like I knew that I could get through this. I just got to focus on this one thing. Like I will always talk to myself, have conversations with myself, even if it wasn't in the best way. Like, you know,
that sounds about right. You're talking.
Yeah, I will always have some, you know, something in my head, like trying to guide me on, you know, something so that I can continue living and not harm myself in any way.
That's
but
real.
like now, exactly. But like now, it's like now I'm paying attention to the way I look at things. Like I'm like, even right now, I'm outside, I'm looking at the trees. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. You know, some people are not going to have that gift of like, you know, noticing the little things. Like I wake up in the morning, I stretch out my hands, I see how the light flows through my fingers. I see, you know, the shadows cast on the walls. I see how the incense kind of like curls and dances in the air. Like the way I look at the world is very unique. It has been always very unique. And I kind of found the God even in that. Like I found certain like that and nature, because me paying attention to nature, me doing grounding. So I'm spiritual now. I feel like I've always been spiritual because I've always had been tuned into animals, nature, trees, everything like that. But now it's like I found the everlasting beauty in that, and I have trust, I have gratitude, and I trust that whatever happens is meant for it to happen. This is my journey, and I have confidence in that. So of course I'm gonna have confidence in myself.
That's beautiful. That's literally so beautiful. I think what you said is like, I think what you said about religion is really interesting because like just the idea that you like need to, I don't know, have like a name for it is really, it's really interesting. And I think that like it's really cool. Like I don't know, I think it's really cool that like, I'm just gonna keep it at that, honestly. Just that the idea that you need a name for it is really interesting, because just what you said, you know, like the incense smoke, like the sunlight, the trees, like it's all just a reason to just be grateful to be alive. And like what, you know, that's just really cool.
Yeah, and finding that beauty in those little things. Like now when I go through certain things, like I'm going through something now, but I woke up, I told everybody I loved them. Yesterday, I led like a guided meditation and yoga with my grandmother and my mom.
Oh, wow.
You know, about the chakras. Mind you, my grandmother is Christian.
Okay.
I said,
Christian.
I said, no, you know, are you okay with meditating? Like, you know, with, you know, we're going to be talking about energy and like, you know, we're going to do some breath work, exercises and stuff like that. She was like,
oh, that's like really deep.
Yeah, like but I only had that journal. Like because that's all I was feeling at that time. That's all I felt like I was feeling. But looking back, there was a lot of moments that, you know, had a lot of joy in it. But, you know, because of my mindset at that time, it's like I'm so focused on what's wrong. I feel like this, I feel like that. But I'm glad I went through that experience, because I wouldn't be able to get to where I am right now. Because I've noticed, I'm like, when I say, like, even then, I when I was younger, I didn't want to eat avocados, right? So I used to pray that I was allergic to it. A few months later, I became allergic. I didn't like hummus, so I used to pray. I'm like, force fed this no more. I want to be allergic to it. Few months, like, my fault, not a few months later, 2 years later, I was allergic to it. I said, oh, I think at a certain point when I was younger, I was thinking about like divorce, and so I'm like, what if my parents were divorced? Then, like 6 years later, parents got divorced. Like, I'm just really, like, I noticed like how I am when it comes to my thoughts. I'm very powerful in the things that I say and the things that I think, and how I regulate myself is very powerful. It has a huge effect on me. And it's like now I'm noticing that. I'm like, okay, so if I can do that, then I could definitely like, I can shift that into like something positive. If I can do that, and my throat is literally swelling up. I was fine. I was eating this a whole bunch before, but now because I said I didn't want to eat it, my throat is literally closing. Like my body is physically reacting to my thoughts.
Yeah.
And so if you haven't, I'm gonna just recommend this one movie because I'm gonna have to go in like a few minutes.
Okay, please.
But this one movie is called The Secret. I suggest that everybody listen to that because it's literally talking about your words are vibrations. Your ears receive those vibrations. It sends out signals. Like everything has a vibration, everything has a frequency. And it's important to, even if you're feeling, even if you're not feeling the best, like, hey, I'm great today. I'm beautiful today. I'm so grateful of everything, even this feeling that I'm feeling that could be interpreted as quote unquote bad, but sad, angry, those are not bad feelings. Those are natural feelings. It may not be exactly what you want, but
it happens
it's there
though.
for a reason.
Yes.
Yeah, it's there for a reason. And even with that, I've learned to find the beauty in that. Even looking back on what I used to write in my journal, that was a lot of emotion. That was a lot of feeling. That was a lot of spirit. And I'm like, when I think about how I'm embodying it now, like I'm taking a lot of that I had then and I'm putting that into joy. And it's been an amazing experience. Like I've literally just shifted my mindset, and now I've experienced magic every day. Shoot, I am magic,
girl. Yes.
I am magic. I'm like, I don't know why I'm so like even back then, like I've always been powerful. I just needed to know how to harness it in a way that benefits me, because I didn't necessarily. Well, I mean, in the long run, it did benefit me, but I needed to learn how to shape it. Because a lot of times it was very chaotic. I always say my feelings are sometimes like a tsunami. It's sometimes like a tsunami, and now it's like I feel like I always wrote like I feel like I'm drowning. I feel like I'm drowning, and then I think once I started, shifting to a mindset via Queen Yen Ministries and stuff like that. I went to wellness sessions and everything. I changed the way I eat, or I ate. Changed the way I changed like exercise. I started getting back into horseback riding because a lot of people didn't even know I was in horseback riding, but I got back into that. I changed, even the music that I made changed. Like I'm talking about songs were about I'm sad, and even
I'm sorry, you're so funny when you say that you're sad like that.
You know what I'm saying? Because I listen back to recordings, I'm like, oh snap! Like I'm talking about some real deep stuff, but it sound low key. It sound kind of good. So even with that, I'm like, it's so beautiful the way I kind of shape my experiences now. Like the way I look back and I'm like, that was all for a reason. Because look at me now. Like now I can take whatever happened then and I could literally flower it. I can bloom it into something beautiful. That was beautiful. Now it's like amazing, ethereal. So yeah.
I'm so proud of you. Like, yes. Like you are so amazing. Like you are just so amazing. Like,
yeah. And it's important. That's why I be telling you, like, I be like, girl, I know you going through it, but you gotta go through it. You gotta go through it.
I know.
You gotta go through it, because when you get out of it though, you gonna be learning. I'm like, I can't wait to see, like, you already beautiful now, you already majestic now, you already topped, your mental state is where it is, and we are 21. We're like this. We're 21. People, I've been told, even by like people in their 60s don't even think like this. People in their 80s don't even think like this, and it's just very important to be grateful for yourself and, you know, not discredit yourself. You are amazing, beautiful. You are fabulous, my love. You are joyous. You are majestic. You are universal.
Thank you.
And that's all there is to it. Period.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna end this off on high notes. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'll see you later.
I'm not what I said though. You got to go through it to go through it. But let me tell you, even when you going through it, that's beautiful. Sis.
Yes. No, literally. I was in the convenience store yesterday, and I'm crying my freaking eyes out. And in the store, there's like a big window, so anyone who's walking by can see you. And this guy comes in front of me. He's doing his thing. I'm just crying. I'm just letting it all out. I'm just crying. And it's beautiful because I'm like, whoa, I feel great. You know, like I can actually cry. I can actually like feel my feelings deeply and let them go. So we're good. Yeah. That's
okay, that was good.
Yeah, that was good. Okay, peace. Okay.